What is your favorite Halloween film? You might say The Shining, a classic nonetheless, and honestly a personal favorite of mine. Hell, you might even choose Halloween, the movie that is quite literally named after the holiday. But despite all these movies being great, they don't quite capture the feel of Halloween to me. And yeah, these films are horror films. There isn't any denying that. But when I think of Halloween, I don't think of shit like this. I think of shit like this.
Don't be afraid.
I love stuff like this. It's just so hokey and stupid that it comes full circle and just becomes charming. So then, surely an appropriate watch for Halloween would be something along the lines of those made-for-TV quality, silly, fun for all the family movies like, Hubie Halloween, Spooky Buddies, Halloween Town. But despite the fact that these movies aren't very,
good.
I feel like they have the opposite problem of a more seriously toned horror film. Whereas a movie like The Thing might not capture the cheesiness of the holiday, movies like, I don't know, Goosebumps 2 don't really capture the more horror-oriented side of Halloween. You know, the neighbor who goes all out on the crazy Halloween decorations, throws blood and guts everywhere, and all the kids are too scared to walk up to the house because, holy shit, is that real? Did old man Joey just kill someone? In general, I think we can plot Halloween-oriented movies on a graph spanning from most serious to least serious. On the far left, we have movies like The Thing, The Shining, etc. On the right side, we have movies like A Haunted House and Mostly Ghostly, Who Let the Ghost Out? But what lies in the middle? Well, to be honest, not much. But a film that does happen to lie in this limbo zone, and also happens to be one of my favorite movies of all time, is Evil Dead 2. No other film, at least that I know of, captures that silly, hokey, over-the-top nature of Halloween better than Evil Dead 2. But let's get into what it is. Evil Dead 2, directed by Sam Raimi, is unsurprisingly a follow-up to the surprising 1981 hit film The Evil Dead, also directed by Sam Raimi. For those of you who didn't waste your money on a film degree, that's the guy who made the original Spider-Man films. It's sort of a loose remake of that original 1981 film, but also not really. Now, for those of you unfamiliar with the franchise, you might be wondering why I'm recommending a sequel rather than the original film. Evil Dead the original is still great, but over the main chronology of Evil Dead films, Evil Dead 1, Evil Dead 2, and Army of Darkness, each film goes for something almost entirely different tonally. Evil Dead 1 is more straight horror, aside from some poorly aged visual effects and goofs, hashtag release the tabard cut. Army of Darkness is more of an absurdist action comedy, and Evil Dead 2 is somewhere in the middle? This is what makes the second Evil Dead film so tonally perfect for Halloween. It has a perfect blend of horror and hokiness that perfectly captures the Halloween spirit. This kind of spirit. And while I think a lot of this film might be seen as random nonsense for shock value, I do want to make the case for it, because I think there's actually a lot to appreciate about the craft here. Just about every single shot from the start to the end is packed with tons of creativity and passion. Many experimental and innovative filmmaking techniques are used, especially for 1987, and the actual plot is full of so many elaborate and ridiculous setups that it just feels like a roller coaster ride. And even if this isn't really your thing, I think you can agree that this is at least a very unique movie, and also captures that hokey but still at least somewhat mature Halloween mood that most films really just can't get, by hitting that perfect blend point between the first Evil Dead and Army of Darkness. And all these elements combine together to create a truly fantastic watch for the Halloween season. So, if you're stuck at home, bored, or otherwise have nothing else to do this year, I'd highly recommend giving it, and also if you're interested, the entire trilogy a watch.